Gents, third time's the charm. It's Wednesday. I don't mean to scream in your ear.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we got it. It's all good.
It's all good.
Well, just a quick, the Corvette configurator is up on GM's website. You can pick your options, your packages, your colors, and then see how much it'll set you back. They got Napa suede, they got Z51 suspension, they got nav, they got hold your lane technology or whatever the hell that is.
Stay in your lane.
Mine was $97,000 once I optioned out what I liked. That's good.
I haven't done one yet, but I'm just looking at the picture of the Yahoo page, and that blue is just, it's pretty.
It's hot.
It's pretty. Mm-hmm.
They got carbon fiber for it, which is why mine got so expensive, because they have like an interior carbon fiber package and an exterior carbon fiber package, and who doesn't want that?
Right.
So, yeah, that was the deal there. Carbon fiber, guys.
That's all right.
And, we're going to give GM some shit later again, but this is where I'm giving them their props. Great car, cool options, fast as hell. Good work. But before I start ripping them, there's something we talked about briefly. Last week that we didn't get to talk about it on the podcast, so I saved it for this week because I still want to talk about it. So a man goes to a Utah park to see bison, and he gets gored and trampled. Broke some bones, collapsed a lung, and as he's healing, he meets a young woman. They fall for each other. He decides to take her back to that park in Utah, where she was promptly gored by a bison.
He's probably like, no, baby, don't go over there. You can get gored. Ever.
Yeah. So how close are they getting to him? Because, bison are fast, but they're not that fast. They're big. They're not going to shock you with their movements. More like a freight train, right? They get going really fast, and you can't stop them. So how close are you getting to these things where they just hook you with one of their horns and throw you?
Way too damn close.
Twice. Yeah. And the second time he took his woman. Now, question. Do you think just maybe he ducks behind her? Do you think the bison was going for him?
Was he fast?
Yeah. Did he see it coming this time and she took the bullet?
Yeah. He learned to use the buddy system.
Yeah. So he thinks that the bison there have something for him. Have it in for him. That's what he thinks. I think he should go back just to be sure.
They talked about this on SNL. There was an SNL skit this weekend.
S&M? No.
No. There was two black reporters and two white reporters, and every time the other person read a story, like the black people would be like, "Oh, white person got arrested." It'd be like, "Ha!" But they talked about like the name of the guy that went there. It was a black guy, so that was like really funny on the SNL skit because they're like, "What are you doing in Utah, man? Going for a hike?"
Right. That's where you go when you want to marry 3 women, right? That's what they're famous for. What do you think, Tommy? No? All right. Moving on.
Shots fired.
So, Michigan played.
I was building my Corvette, sorry.
So Michigan played. What are we going to make of this team? Ugh. They played Iowa, who's the, 16th ranked team in the nation. And they whooped them. 10-3.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not
Yeah,
whooped them.
10-3.
They won.
Well,
So Michigan's
great
defense, yeah, they manhandled the Iowa offense that has been gaining like 300 yards a game for, so far this year. So, yeah. Does this change your outlook on the season?
Yes
Or
and
no?
no. They still got to score some points.
Did you see Shea Patterson is up for an award for one of the passing awards, like the Joe Namath award or something?
Yeah.
How? What has he done? Did Joe
Must be
Namath
the
break
Booster
his leg?
Right.
Maybe it's
Let's help him get.
Maybe it's the Joe Namath Alcoholism Award. Maybe Patterson's a drinker.
Like when he was on Joe Namath asking Susie Kober or whatever, I want to kiss you.
That's just what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe Patterson tried to lay one on Harbaugh. And they were like, you deserve an award, pal.
Yeah.
Joe Namath would be proud. I don't know. That's all nonsense. They're ranked 16th now, though, right? So what the
Is that
heck?
what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Indiana or Illinois this week.
Oh, I don't know.
One of those, and Notre Dame soon. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and they got to play State. They got to play Ohio State. They got to play. Yeah. They got some rough waters ahead of them.
Yep.
yes, they do.
But yeah, I don't know. I think somehow they're going to be upper middle pack. That's what I think. Not Michigan worthy. We'll just put it that way.
No.
So, yeah. Now it's time to rip on GM again. So this strike just keeps getting worse, right? So last week you talked about them cutting the health care for their workers and that it cost them $500 million. Well, now they're cutting up to 10,000 jobs. I don't know if it's retaliation, but it's a cost-cutting move. And this strike so far has cost them over $1 billion. And it's so bad that Michigan, like Upper Peninsula, way up here, our dealers are starting to have a hard time getting cars.
Wow.
And parts is really bad.
Yeah. So, again, like you mentioned last week, Kyle, it's like, how far apart were they? I mean, this is over $1 billion. It couldn't have been that far apart. I mean, come on.
No.
I don't get it. But this is the same GM management that let that Chevy HD out of the factory. And for me, it all goes back to that.
You have sound effects. You should have a little sound effects bar or a little button. Oh.
Yeah. I don't need one, Kyle. I have you.
That's down the street, man.
Yeah. I can't believe that. This is getting ridiculous. Ridiculous.
At first, what were they saying? A couple days. We'll get it in a couple days here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, obviously both sides have decided not to budge, and so here we are.
Did you see the Papa John's and Pizza Hut? They refuse to bring picketers pizza, even if they're ordering pizza. They refuse to bring it to them.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of weird.
that is weird.
It's like
Shaq's-
they have money they want to give you for pizza.
Isn't Shaq a part owner of Papa John's?
Yes, he is.
So listen here, Shaq.
Got pain.
You just invested all that money. Now your stupid corporation is refusing to make money over we don't know what. They sleep with GM's execs. Is it romantic?
Or is it like a Matt Lauer thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Shaq should get down there and make people get together. Little brotherly love.
Yeah.
Diesel style.
Just don't rap about it.
Yeah, please not. I'm trying to think of the one. Okay. So back in high school, this would have been 10th grade for me, I think. 9th or 10th grade. I had the Shaq Diesel cassette single. And I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. I think it was... Oh. It was something Slam. I can't remember it now. Save my life. But I do remember the look of it. I don't know. I had the Shaq single. Guilty.
Oh, turn your camera. You get that poster's on that door right behind you. Guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember at the end is like, booty rappers, stay booty. Right.
Wow.
I'll stop rapping. I started and I stopped in one podcast. All right. So, if that's not ridiculous enough, the next thing is one of the stupidest things I've ever read in my life, and that is saying something, because I look for stupid things. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, there's a guy in Russia who's suing Apple because he got an app on his iPhone that he claims has made him gay and ruined his life. He feels now that he is trapped in a gay relationship. He can't face his family, and this is all Apple's fault due to their gay Bitcoin app that he downloaded where he met his boyfriend.
Grindr's not for everybody.
Apparently, it's literally called gay Bitcoin.
I don't know how it got there.
So here's the funniest. Now there's levels to the stupid here. First of all,
Selling for 15 grand.
15 grand. First of all, Apple's not responsible for the app maker. That's first of all. So he's suing the wrong company. And also, if you use an app to forge a relationship with someone else who uses the app, it's pretty hard to blame the app. So maybe he's just gay. But I just think this is awesome. Like you said, not only is he suing the wrong company for the wrong reasons, 15 grand. 15 grand.
A lot of rubles.
It must be. Anybody know? How many rubles would that be?
No, I don't know.
Could he become like mayor of his town with 15 grand? Is that what he's after?
Maybe.
Yeah, by the tone.
Could he start a movement? Stop a movement? Sidestep a movement? What? What's he trying to do? Yeah. Only in Mother Russia.
He's trying to not get killed in Russia. That's what he's trying to not have happen.
I think you're right. I think what he's really scared of is everybody finding out he's a gay Russian.
Yeah.
Because, not every place is accepting as the United States. Like Russia.
Right.
So, yeah. I thought that was weird, but funny. Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't understand the lawsuit. I don't understand the amount of money. Because in the U.S., if someone went for that, it'd be like 15 million. No one's going to sue anybody for 15 grand in the U.S.
Exactly.
No.
I don't know. That's wild.
So, Micah, what do you do when you get apps that are on your phone mysteriously, Micah?
That has never happened to me.
Yeah.
It's like when people get hacked on Facebook. my sister today. It's like when people get hacked on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did you click on that gave them access to your account?
Yep.
Because everyone's shocked, right? Every single time. And I know some people that it's happened many times to. And I'm going to give everybody a heads up right now. This is a secret. If you get an instant messenger or an instant message from someone through Facebook Messenger, a friend of yours, where they say, and this is the big one, I saw a video of you on YouTube. You won't believe it. Click here. And your first thought is, holy cow, let me click that. And then your second thought was, wait a minute, I don't have anything on YouTube. That's what you should have thought first. Yes, it's all Russia. Or
my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. It's all crap. That is the big one that's going around. So if you're getting that, especially if you're 65, not that Carolyn's 65. So sorry, just outed her. But, but you know, it's old people. They generally that's who they're preying on, of course, because ultimately, then it's also once they get hold of your account. What they're doing is then they spam people in your friends list to try to get them to contact a number, and they try to get money from them. That's what it boils down to. And they have many different scenarios that they present. But, so yeah, that's my internet tip of the day. If someone messaged you on Facebook Messenger and says, you know, there's a video of you on YouTube, you won't believe what it is, click here to see it. It's a scam, and they're going to steal your info, and then they're going to hack you, and then they're going to contact all your friends with money requests. So don't do that.
Whatever. She was really cute, and she wanted to visit with me, so.
All right. So, in the muscle car wars, there is a new sales king for third quarter 2019.
The Challenger.
The Dodge Challenger has overtaken the Mustang. Their $10 per horsepower discount has been a massive hit, and it has moved them comfortably ahead of the Mustang for the quarter. Not for the year,
Good.
Just the third quarter.
Good. I like that.
Now, I provided the numbers for you guys' benefit. The Challenger sold 18,301 in that 3-month period. The Mustang sold 16,823 in that same 3-month period.
And the Camaro.
And good old GM is sucking hind tit with the Camaro at 12,275 units. Thousands less than everybody else. Who'd have thunk it?
Wow.
It's sad. It's sad because from 2010 to 2014, Camaro was the sales king by a lot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if the Mustang got a redesign in 2015 and the Camaro got a redesign and then the Mustang took the sales crown and then you kept trying to redesign the car and then Challenger passed you up and you tried to change the car again and now you fall farther behind, I would make some changes. I don't know. I would think maybe my design house that I have working on this just doesn't have it. Everybody loves the Corvette. You know when I seen a ZL1 Camaro, a new one, 2020? It's not a bad looking car. The problem is it seems to only look good in that trim level. You'd have to see it. I don't know.
They make too many. There's too many damn options with Chevy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I mean that's a good thing, but
well, and here's the other problem. Okay, so you have the Mustang and the Mustang GT, right, which costs less than the Camaro per version. Okay, and it's a global car, global platform, so it reaches more people globally, right? If you want a performance version of the Mustang, you move into the Shelby territory, right? Which you do partially for the performance, but also because of the resale value and the specialty of having a Shelby. Camaro doesn't have that. Their track special is the Camaro SS 1LE. And if you look at used Camaro SS 1LEs, they're not worth any more than a regular Camaro SS. Look at a Boss 302 versus a regular GT, or the Shelby GT350 versus a regular GT. Right. There is a massive resale difference. Yep. Same thing with the Challenger. You can get the Challenger, or you can get the Challenger Scat Pack or TA392, and you get that bigger engine, and you get different look, and it's special. It looks special. The Scat Pack, Dodge is doing a great job packaging these things, but Camaro just doesn't have that. They have to come up with something. And I have the answer. I'm going to save GM right here. Ready? The Z28.
There it is.
There it is. They had their track special. Everybody loved it. I think it won Performance Car of the Year when it came out. And that was not that long ago. It was just a few years ago. And then it went away. And what was cool about that car is not only was it a track special, but it had the bigger engine, the 427, modern 427 engine. That's what they need to compete. That's what you're missing. The GT350 has the Voodoo engine, going back to Ford's awesome naming structure. Uh-huh. So if you don't, to me, there should be the Camaro SS, and then have a Z28, and then, you've got your ZL1 out on the end. I think that works. That would solve, honestly, I really think that would solve a lot of their problems with the Camaro.
I agree.
Because what they're doing.
How do we get them to hear that message of yours right there, Micah? How do we promote that message?
Oh, they'll hear it. as soon as Evan Williams, Kentucky Bourbon, starts sponsoring our podcast, as I enjoy their fantastic bourbon. For the price, unbeatable. Smooth, silky smooth, with a little bite on the finish, little hint of sweetness, little caramel, little oak. It's delicious.
It is good.
Evan Williams. That one was for free, Evan Williams. I got more where that come from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on at GM. You look at stuff going on with their trucks. You look at what's happening with the Camaro, which, again, I'm not saying the Camaro's a bad car. Far from it. It's a hell of a car. It's a hell of a value for the performance it delivers. But obviously there's problems here. To me, it mirrors what's going on with NASCAR and the way they're trying to regulate their way. Did you see the new car? Did you see this? They just released it today. It's stupid.
Yep.
The whole thing is stupid.
Heard they went to bigger wheels.
They're gonna go to bigger. They're trying to make it. They're trying to make it look more and more like the production car. That's what they're trying to do. That's why they're doing the Ford or the Mustang and the Camaro stickers on the NASCAR, and they're gonna go to bigger wheels. And they're gonna change it up just a little bit to try to make it look a little bit more like the production car. Well, I have an idea. Why don't you use the car you're already using in GT racing in NASCAR? Ta-da! Mm-hmm. How much what's a Boss 302S cost? Or a GT350S? That's the race version you can buy from Ford. 150 grand a piece? That's a race-ready car. 150, 200 grand a piece. What's a NASCAR cost?
Oof.
It's a lot.
Lots.
Yeah.
I mean, it just takes care of itself. You're using factory cars, factory parts, and it's not like they're weak. What's a supercharged Mustang GT or GT350 make? I mean, the GT500 is about to make 760 horsepower. They're dumbing them things down to 500.
Oh.
You know what? The power and the speed would not be a problem. I guarantee it. You put race rubber on them, you adjust the suspension, you gut them so they're lightweight, put a roll cage in them, you're good to go. Yeah, it's easier for the factory, it's easier for the teams to get parts, everything is better, and everybody makes more money. It's just, it makes too much sense, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. So as long as we're on stupid decisions by government agencies, or governing bodies in some cases, the EPA has started cracking down on shops that offer delete kits for diesel trucks. Not only have they hit some of the bigger shops and bigger names, they're making them stop all installations. And if they try to tune a future truck, regardless of what they do to it, they have to prove to the EPA that they are not hurting emissions in doing so. How's that for government oversight?
I love it. That's so good.
Is this a California thing?
Nope. EPA is the feds. That is countrywide.
Everywhere? Oh,
nationwide.
So it's kind of happening shop by shop, and so it's not everywhere yet. But they're working on it. Good news is SEMA is a huge organization of all aftermarket auto manufacturers. They plan to put a lot of money behind this and fight this stupidity. Now, if you're a tree hugger, you might be thinking, why would you want to stop that? Isn't producing less emissions better? Well, the sad truth is they're listening on coconuts. That's how we know that they're hippies. The sad truth is that diesels are actually less efficient and use more energy to do the same jobs with these stupid kits on them. By deleting this, you make them more efficient. They make more power. They work less to do the same job. I mean, yeah, there's no denying the fact that you're going to get kids that are going to have a 750 horsepower diesel and they're going to do burnouts and they're going to blow black smoke all over the place. Absolutely.
Yep.
But for the majority of places that do them for like industry people, contractors, loggers, the people who actually work with these trucks, they're just making the truck better. It makes it better. It makes it more reliable. It'll make it last longer. So it's really not a bad thing. It really isn't. And the EPA made some good decisions and some bad ones. This is a bad one.
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So tell Dominic they're not coming for him yet. He got in before the deadline.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So I mean, people are not going to stop doing it. So now they got to be illegal about everything.
Well, right. So what they'll do is they'll hit these major shops, and people will just go. They'll either pay them on the side to do it off the books. You're right. I mean, basically what it's going to come down to. But if this gains momentum, what they'll do is then they'll stop the manufacturers from making the parts.
Yep.
That's what they'll do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What's funny is nitrous is still out there, right? For pretty much any vehicle made, you can add a nitrous kit. Now, again, I would argue that nitrous burns cleaner than gasoline and is in some ways better for the environment. But, that's not what we're using it for. I guess my point is these other things are still out there, right? Like a supercharger isn't necessarily better for a car or a turbo. However, we still got them. You can still get them. You can still put them on your car. I don't know. Because you can still buy cat delete kits. They say for off-road use only. And that's what's going on with the trucks. They say it's off-road only if you get a delete kit. And, of course, nobody is paying any attention to that. But now they're putting the onus on the shop owner instead of the owner of the pickup. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
It is. It's another way of saying I won't sell you a fifth of whiskey because if you drink all of it, you're going to die or you're going to crash. So I'm going to sell you a shot at a time because that's safe and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. It's a really stupid thing, and hopefully SEMA wins, and they probably will, because this is the thing. Like, SEMA's had to fight. They had to fight the auto manufacturers over tuning your car, because the auto manufacturers, including Ford, Dodge, and Chevy, tried to make it illegal to tune your Mustang or your Camaro or your Challenger or whatever. And SEMA fought them and won. Because what they were basing it on is if you tuned your car, it would void your warranty, and it could actually be considered illegal if it caused a crash or the car was involved in a crash and it was tuned. And what SEMA did was this is the thing. The law didn't necessarily go away. What it changed to was they'd have to prove that the tune caused the malfunction that caused the failure. So the onus is on them, not the owner of the vehicle, which is important.
Yep.
And that's what needs to happen here. If the EPA wants to make that illegal for people who drive on road, it shouldn't be up to the shop to police the owners of the trucks. Meaning, if you want to delete your truck, you should be able to do it. It's just, if wherever you are, you get caught with it or whatever, you get in trouble. Just like a nitrous system. Technically, and people don't realize this, if you get pulled over by the cops and you have a nitrous system on your car, they're supposed to confiscate it and tow your car. That is illegal to have on the street. It's just, not regularly enforced, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, it's nuts. So, one more car thing before we get to sexy time. I know, Kyle perked up. I started a little argument today with Matt Farah on the Smoking Tire on Twitter. Well, actually, I didn't start it. I feel like he started it. So, Matt Farah is a auto reviewer, and he's a good guy. He's a car guy. However, he basically cops to the European car crowd. So he doesn't have a lot good to say about American cars, and he will basically always treat them as second-tier vehicles, which I don't necessarily mind, because you kind of, for certain people, that going in, right? If you're going to watch Top Gear, they're going to make fun of Americans. It's just what they're going to do, but they're funny and they're joking. And with Matt Farah, it usually is the case. But they use the term shit boxes a lot for 80s and 90s American cars, which I don't even necessarily disagree with. Here's the problem I have with it. So he commented on another auto reviewer who basically said, I have more money into, and he didn't specify which car, my American muscle car, than I would have had of buying XYZ European car. He said, the reality is you can put your retirement into one and you've still got a shit box. Well, I beg to differ. And I told him, I've ridden in Porsche 944s, 924s, 911s, 928s. I've even been around some 80s Ferraris. They're cool. But based on the definition these guys are providing, they're not great cars. They suck. They all have electrical problems. They all have massive mechanical issues that you have to keep up on to keep them on the road. They fail regularly if you drive them hard at all. I mean, the 911 is a great car, but more for its reputation and the fact that it's existed built the wrong way from the get-go, and their German engineering has kind of overcome the bad design. Which is the truth. I don't think anybody would even disagree with that. Here's the thing. If you have spent all of your retirement refurbing and making faster a Mustang or a Camaro or pick whatever car you want from America, and it's still a piece of crap, then you're an idiot. And you wasted your money on some pretty stupid things. Because you could, for 15, 20 grand, build the ultimate 80s Mustang. I guarantee it. Coil over, some people get caught up and they want to convert these cars to independent suspensions, which is really expensive. And there's a company called Heights that does it. The problem is the geometry is not set. So unless you have the ultimate fabrication and chassis shop to fix the suspension geometry once you add that to the car, yeah, it's still going to handle like crap. Those auto manufacturers spend billions of dollars developing these systems. That's why they use them for so long. You know why the Fox chassis was around from 79 to 2004? Because it cost them billions of dollars to produce it.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? It worked. Yes. How'd Steve Saleen do racing the Mustang in SCCA for years? 15 championships? 16? It's pretty good. The Camaro IROC Z had its own class with amazing racing. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying that you're going to turn it into a modern day, the compared to the 80s and 90s, the new stuff blows it away. The interiors are better. The performance per dollar is better. They're better cars. But at the same time, if you take a 347 stroker, you drop it in a Mustang, you put a Tremec T56 behind it, coilovers all around, keep the factory geometry, and put some sticky race rubber on it, that's a really fast car that doesn't weigh very much. That's over 400 to 500 horsepower in a 2,800 pound car. It's going to go really fast anywhere. So if you've spent your retirement on a Fox body, I just told you how to spend 20 grand and probably be faster than the car you got. So, and certainly more reliable. So there you go. I fixed your problem, Matt, and all those guys. Morons. Can keep your Euro shitbox. All right, enough of that. Let's get to sexy time. So this was another one of those really amusing stories. So Canada. Canada, apparently it's illegal if you're a physician to work on a family member, which I kind of get, whatever. But this is a dental hygienist. So this is someone who cleans teeth. He cleans the teeth of his wife, and he also has sex with her because it's his wife. The Canadian government found out about this, and he's lost his license and been fined thousands of dollars.
Good. Freaking pervert.
I don't know what to do with any of that crap. I really don't.
Oh, what was he cleaning her teeth with?
I don't know. My quote was, apparently you can't provide service to anyone in medical